Ali Siddiq, what's good, my brother?
Man, I first of all, like I say, thank y'all for having me, man. I haven't been on y'all platform before, but everything comes in time. So the Quarantine Chronicles, here we go.
I first heard of you, I believe, like around 2012 or 11, and I used to listen to Pandora, and it was on like I put D.L. Hughley or etc. Patrice O'Neal, and they always have your excerpts in there, and I used to be like, who is this nigga that's making me laugh with these niggas that I know? You know what I'm saying? You telling the
Yeah,
stories, you know what I'm saying, about the basket and the boots. I was like, bro, this nigga shit is heavy. So that's when I had did my homework on, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, Ali, you from the H. I laid it down, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, he was really solid in these streets, you know what I'm saying? And to see where you came from to where you at now, I see you did the thing with the ink in me, just a lot of things that a lot of people don't know that you do with giving back. But what I want to ask you initially is I need a good DL Hughley story, man.
DL is, he a classic. He's a class act, man. I was with him for 4 years. He actually helped my career a lot. So good DL story. So when I think when people pick mentors, they should pick people who have been through the challenges that they may come up against, or who have a good perspective of an outlook on what's challenging and what's not challenging. So around 2009 2010, it's this particular comic came out with a show that was very similar to my show. And this after we had worked together, and people know me. I've been talking about my kids on stage because for the longest I was one of the youngest comics that already had children. You know what I'm saying? So in 2000, my daughter is born in 1998. So 99 and then 2000, I started doing comedy in 98. So I'm doing all these stories about my daughter,
Mhm.
and I was like the only dude on a lot of shows that would be talking young father information. So this other comic came out, had a big name, and he was doing a lot of material that was similar to mine. And I called DL and I was like, yo man, this dude doing my material, he doing stuff that's similar to me. And DL stopped me before I could even continue to complain. He said, I'm gonna tell you something that Prince told Timberland. And I said, what's that? So this is DL doing an impression of Prince. So Timberland calls Prince and says, hey man, it's a lot of people out here stealing my sound. And Prince say, this is DL doing a impression of Prince. Prince say to Timberland, are you that nigga? And and this is what DL talking to me on the phone. Are you that nigga? And Timberland said, yeah, I'm that nigga. He said, nigga, then create a new sound, and hung up. And
Oh,
DL hung up on me. And so if people look at it in 2000, middle of 2010, I kind of changed how I presented my material and what I would talk about to reinvent myself in it, because he's never allowed me to be one of them cats who sulk about material or somebody getting something before me or anything to that nature. He's like, yo man, either you gonna wait your turn, either you gonna create a new sound, but what you gonna do is be able to, you're gonna have a lot of knives sharp in the box and not just one knife. So get over that shit and move forward. So he's always been a solid 100% solid dude.
yeah, great too. Yeah, man. I love comedians, and DL. he good. You know, I always say that it's like if comedy was like basketball, you know how you got the dude that's good coming out top of the head. That's the guy with the dribbles. You got the storyteller, the guy with the 3-pointer. You got the dude that go hard in the paint. That's a nigga with a nice stool game. You know what I'm saying? They could make the stool go into 20 different visuals. You know what I'm saying? I just think DL was always well rounded, bro. And I really think I want to give everybody their flowers while they still here. And I really think you are an all-time great. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on or how it cut off. I saw that last thing you had did, what was that, some months ago, where they had robbed you on the thing, man. Like, they know ain't nobody touching you out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you touch the
Oh,
people. It's like a live freestyle, like the people speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get from your very first words you say. You know, I know it's a comedian, what's his name? I believe Joey Diaz. He was like he started doing his comedy in jail and doing stand up and like that, you know. But from what I understand, you didn't start doing stand up till after you got out of jail. Like, you wasn't funny or nothing. You was just a solid nigga in the streets with no jokes.
it would, you know, when you coming up in the era that I came up in, you have you not really considered a comedian. You just a nigga who can Jones, or just a funny nigga in the hood, nigga who just say funny shit. So I didn't title myself as a comic. Like, even when I was in incarcerated, I was just a young funny nigga. It was like, yo, nigga, and it wasn't like I was cracking jokes. It was like I was just giving my take on what's happening right now in the course of the day. You know, dudes to be in a situation, they get ready to fight, and I'm the type of nigga that'd be like sitting there eating some chips, like, so you niggas about to fight? All right. So you niggas about to fight? All right. I just want to know who I'm gonna have to beat up after if we get locked down, nigga. Somebody gonna lose 2 fights, nigga. Somebody gonna lose 2 fights. And then the niggas will turn on me, man. You ain't gonna whoop neither one. I'm just saying, man. Somebody gonna lose 2 fights. You niggas choose it. Y'all somebody gonna have to fight really hard. I'm telling you, right after you done with that shit, nigga. I'm telling you, if we get locked up and they take our TV, oh nigga, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat 2, 3 you niggas up. I'm on everything, and they be like, who is the 3 niggas? I'm like, nigga, whoever. Like, it's a lot of niggas gonna get beat up today. It ain't just gonna be no one fight, nigga. It's gonna be. This finna be goddamn boxing. This finna be boxing on NBC, nigga. It's gonna be a lot of fights, nigga.
They dying.
And then, nigga, I used to just take niggas' minds off of the dumb shit. Then I want to know what y'all fighting about. Nigga, explain to me before y'all fight. Tell me what this about. You know what I'm saying?
Some
He's like,
soup.
oh, this nigga did this. Oh, nigga, I did that last week, nigga. You ain't fight me. Oh, see, that's the type of you trying to be a bully in here, nigga. so I was just that type of dude. It wasn't really what you call stand up, because I didn't know, because I don't want to disrespect the craft and say that I was a comedian inside. I was just a funny dude that was able to kind of get people's minds off of the tough shit that they was going through. So when I got out, right before I got out, it was this dude named Rick. I used to call a nigga Big Hand Rick. So I'm like, yo, Rick asked me one day, he said, man, what you gonna do when you get out of here? I said, yo, Rick, I think I'm gonna be a comedian, man. And Rick said to me, he's like, yo, man, I've been here a long time, man. And it's a lot of people who say things about what they gonna do when they get out. And dudes be saying shit, and I be like, man, whatever, nigga. But you like the first person I when you just told me that, you was like, I'm like, yeah, nigga, that's what you should do. Because nigga, you got me through a lot of fucked up days. You know what I'm saying? And even the shit that you would say that was so fucking sarcastic, it would still make me laugh. Like he said, man, I remember one day I was just chilling and you came up to me talking about, yo, Rick, I want to talk to you about something. He's like, what? I said, "No, this shit serious, man. I seriously want to know what you feel about this." I said, "Man, what's up?" I said, "Do you think the mailman is knocking your gal down?" I'm just asking.
Ooh.
Like, did you have today? Is that something that was on your mind? And niggas like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm just saying, Rick, why you always get mad when I'm asking you shit? Nigga, I want to know how to deal with it because I know about 6 niggas dragging my gal. I know it. I heard niggas wrote me letters and everything. It's like, yo, man, you a fucking you a fucking jackass, man. I was like, I'm just saying, man. So Rick, you still think you married like that?
Come on, man. Nigga Rick, man. That sticky, don't let them stick
Rick,
that slim thug. That 6'6" long dick slim nigga sticking your chick.
say Rick used to be so hot at me, and I could be standing across the room, and I just bust out, say, "Rick, come on, dog, get your hands off me." And he be like, "Man, I'm way over here." I'm like, "Yo, but you big hand Rick, dog. You can reach." Like, I the fuck these things. He's like, "Yo, man, this nigga's stupid, man." And
You you did all your time in the same spot, all
nah,
six
man,
years? Was you,
I moved around. Sometimes by administrative force, and sometimes by me just deciding that I wanted to go to school somewhere else. I pick a trade and I go to another unit. Then I think they was doing themselves a disservice by moving me around because I was like a game changer when I got
mm,
places. I wasn't just the random inmate. I kind of like changed the narrative of the situation once I got anywhere. If people wasn't going to school, I'm stressing the importance of going to school. If cats was on some gang shit, I'm stressing the importance of us being together and sticking together. When anytime somebody was on some other shit, I was just like this calming voice of humor. And sometimes I wasn't so calm. Sometimes I was like the catalyst of alleviating bullshit type niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of niggas would be idolizing some nigga who really ain't about shit, and then that's leading these niggas down the wrong path. And then I would just one by one, I would just try to put some fat on niggas' heads because when I came into prison, I'm 19, right? So
mm,
I'm on a unit with all old school cats that only had very good intentions for me. Like I was like the son that they didn't get to raise. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And so I'm incarcerated and they get an opportunity to filter all this information and all these different perspectives into a young
mm,
kid's head that was willing to listen. And I remember when this dude named Blackshaw, he from Third Ward, Blackshaw, he told me this story in hindsight. He said, "Man, we had a mission in order to get you to kind of be with us because a lot of the young boys looked up to you and you was wilding, like you was a wild boy, like you used to be on that basketball court. I remember you threw the ball and hit this dude in the back of the head, and I'm like, yo, little man is wild because dude like 6'1", you like 5'7". You was like, man, what we doing?" And he was like, "You just a wild boy," and all these other 5'6", 5'7" little niggas was following you, and you was just wild. Like I would see these little niggas square up with anybody. It was like this little nigga, this little nigga the one that
yeah,
started this
gangsta
shit.
up.
And
Yeah.
so when he got me, I kind of like was the person that was giving other cats that really probably wanted to already be these intellectual cats or didn't want to be, like a wild tank. It's like they just needed somebody else to see doing it that they respected, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And my respect didn't come from like force. It really came like from genuine admiration for the condition that we was in,
Mm,
and I just had a different outlook on how to get around things and how to write and use the law and use they rules against them, so to speak. And just to give you a quick story, I remember I got moved to this tank, M Block. M Block was wild as shit. We was in Tuya, Texas. These niggas was wild. Dude, I worked in the front office with this dude named Scarborough as a fire and safety clerk. I get off work and they holding me up in the hallway because M Block then decided that they don't want nobody coming in the block. And these niggas they didn't cut eyes in the pillowcases, and these niggas got pillowcases wrapped around their head, and they got sticks, and these niggas is wilding out. So they shooting gas into the block. They gas everybody. So they put everybody, they pull everybody out. They strip the coffee pot, the TV. They strip commissary. They did everything. And I had the opportunity to go to get moved to another block because I wasn't in there when they started that dumb shit. I wasn't in there. And I said, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna just ride out with these boys. So now you got 60 people who in their mind, probably any one of them would have just been like, nah, I'm cool. I'm finna get moved. I just went in the tank with them, and I was in there the whole time. I was in there, man. I'm like, so I just want to get this straight. What did you niggas think that y'all was gonna I want to know, man. So they put us in, they put everybody in the field the next day. Like everybody just got to go work in the field. And Scarborough, I remember Scarborough walking across the field, and the field is long. I just remember this fat white man walking across this field, coming out there to get me. He was like, yo, man, what the hell is my worker doing out here in this goddamn field? And the field boss was like, well, he a part of the M Block. He said he wasn't even in there with M Block. And I turned around and told him, nigga, I said, nigga, look, now I done rolled it out with y'all. I'm still on the block. Oh, but I'm finna go in this AC, nigga. I'm not finna do it, nigga. I got asthma.
Yeah.
I come tell you, niggas, after y'all finish working, I come back to the block. But what I'm not doing, niggas, working out here.
Nah, yeah, fuck that field. That field ain't gonna be able to do it, man. On your way out, man, so when you got out, did you know what you was gonna do? Because you know a lot of people say what they gonna do when they get out. They get a little Timmy Chan, a little weed, a little female, it's a wrap, right back at it. On the spot.
When I came home, man, I was focused, man. The first thing I did was my mom took me to get some clothes, and then I went to work in Sharpstown Mall. I got a job at Sharpstown Mall, and this is how diligent I was. This is a dude named Reginald Ballard, you know, and people always ask me why I say so many names, because I'm telling true stories. So when people hear it, they were like, yeah, nigga, I'm the Reginald Ballard, nigga. I know this what happened because the nigga was there. So I need a job. So I'm out. I need a job. And so I know I'm gonna do stand up. I know I'm doing that. So, but I didn't have no clothes. This is 1997. 1997.
Okay.
October 21st of 1997. Well, let me tell you what I just really did. Just dawned on me. No bullshit. Just dawned on me.
Man.
So I turned 19 October 17th. Of 1997. I mean, shit, 1990. Shit, I'm tripping. 1992. I just turned 19. So 4 days later, I'm locked up. So that's the 21st. 4 days later, I'm locked up. I get out October 21st, 1997. 4 days later, I have a job, which is ironic to me. It's the same pattern, because this is determined. Just as crazy as I was to get locked up, I came out with that same type of determination to get a gig, and so I went to Sharpstown Mall, and this is when Sharpstown Mall is popping. You know, I don't know this popping because I've been gone. So it's I come home and Sharpstown is popping. Everybody in Sharpstown. So I said, well, I need some clothes, so I'm gonna work at a men's apparel store. So it's this store called Mosa. It was because Mosa, what else? It's another it was like 3 other stores that was owned by Mosa that was in the same mall. So Reggie is the manager at Mosa. It's right downstairs across from G2 and the Sunglass Hut. So I go in there, he tell me they not hiring. I come back the next day, he tell me they not hiring. So I take one day off, and then I'm in the mall looking for a job again, and it's Saturday. And I go in there, and my face must have looked familiar to him or something, because it's busy, it's packed in there, and he just moving the groove, and he look at me and say, "Hey man, I need some mock necks." Now I don't know what a mock neck is at the time. I just go to the back in the storage room and I say, "Yo, we need some mock necks on the floor." So a dude hand me a stack of mock necks. I come out, I hand them to Reggie, and so for the rest of the day, I'm just in the store folding up stuff, helping people, ain't saying nothing. I'm just staying out the way. So the store closes, and Reggie is giving his pep talk to the team. He's like, "Yo, man, we had a fantastic day." You know what I'm saying? Everybody was on him. I'm grind my man right here. And he looked at me and said, "Man, didn't I tell you weren't hiring?" I said, "I've been here all day, man. I've been here all day, man. I'm the one brought you the mock necks, man." So so he said, "Man, shit, man, come back tomorrow, man." So he hired me on a Sunday, and I was his top salesperson for 2 years until I quit, 1999.
Stop it, man. What's a mock neck?
You know them. I got one in the closet. Hold on, let me get it. I got one in the closet.
All right. My man got the Comedy Central pillow in the back. Yeah, represent there.
That's how many years. That's how many years I've been to the Comedy Central. The Comedy Central. It's 3 years to the other pillows over there. This is how many years I've been to the Comedy Central Emmy party. Every year I go, I take a pillow, and so I'm so synonymous with it now that when I come to Emmy party, they always just hand me a pillow on the way out. Cass wasn't taking the pillows before I started, so let me show you. This is a turtleneck. You see, this is a turtleneck. It comes up off the shirt and you fold it down. That's a turtleneck. Just to give you an example, the difference between a turtleneck and a mock neck. This is a mock neck. It comes up, but it ain't got no, you can't fold it down. So it's like a mock turtleneck.
Got you. Hand me the mock necks, man. Ali Siddiq.
We wouldn't be able to have this conversation if I was a disingenuous type of dude, man. And because I was like one of the realest niggas in the streets. And I'm not talking about like I was out here killing niggas and all that. It was the fact that if you ran into me in the streets, I was that nigga who did everything fair. I was a fair, like you bought some product from me. I ain't trying to rob you. You know what I'm saying? If you down and I know you, nigga, let me help you up. Nigga, I've always been that type of person because I had this, it was honor amongst thieves to me. And then two, people always got to know what they hate when they see you. You know, I never wanted to be that type of what. When I was growing up, it was called wishy-washy. Like, look at this wishy-washy ass nigga right here. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, you want to be solid. You always want to be solid.
Yeah, you wanted to be a solid cat man, and it was so much honor in just being a solid dude. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knew what they was gonna get from you. Like even when I was the smallest dude on the floor playing ball, niggas would still pick me. They were like, yo, cause this nigga gonna do what he do. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we can count this nigga. This nigga got this side corner jumper. This nigga gonna go to the he gonna go to the hole and he gonna rebound, but his thing, he'll point guard. This nigga looking to get you the ball. So he ain't this nigga ain't trying to do nothing that he can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I remember when I used to be hooping all the time, I used to tell all the big niggas, I'm like, look, nigga, if I gotta start scoring, you niggas ain't doing y'all job. This is what I'm trying to tell you, niggas. My job is to bring the ball up, run the play, and if I got to score, nigga, somebody, hey, look, somebody ain't getting no ball for a couple of trips down this floor, nigga. This is what I ain't coming to your side. Yeah, I'm Isaiah, nigga. I ain't coming to your side.
Real time. I love Z too.
Yeah, you know,
but that come from having OGs, you know what I'm saying? Having big brothers and uncles and all that. Because you know, when I was younger, the whole thing was you wanted to impress the OGs. So you wanted to be older. You wanted to seem more mature. Man, I'm 17. No, you 12. Now the thing, everybody want to be young. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to impress the OGs no more. So that's why the codes is being broken. That's why the honor amongst thieves ain't the same. That's why there's a lot of snitching going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just things change. I had an uncle and his friends, I considered them my uncle because they was his friends. And that nothing I wanted to do more than impress them. And it wasn't like on no street thing or gangster thing. It was just basically like handling your business like a man. Whenever you was young and you did some man shit, it was like, yeah, that was solid right there. You know what I'm saying? I like what you know.
And you know what's crazy? Me growing up, if you notice, you look back at how we actually grew up. Even when niggas was doing wrong, they didn't want you to do wrong. You know, I used to walk to school, and this wino used to be at the store early in the morning. Nigga, we'd be walking past him, and nigga like, look here, yellow youngster, where you little niggas was going? I said, man, we going to school, nigga. Hence the backpack. Nigga said, well, you niggas get there. And so when you come back from school, niggas still out there. Niggas like, nigga, you niggas learned something today? Like, yeah, man, but nigga, tell me what you learned. And you had to tell these niggas what you learned. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't, and then the nigga tell you, nigga, cause nigga, you go to school, nigga, you stay in school, nigga, cause you don't want to be out here like me, nigga, being no motherfucking wino. And nigga, I graduated from nigga high school, nigga, I just ain't know what to do after that. You know, or nigga went to the military. Like, these niggas give you these stories about what they went wrong at. You know what I'm saying? So you won't go wrong. Like, no old nigga really wanted me to be out there selling dope. Niggas say, yo, nigga, you a good kid, man. I don't know what's going on with you, nigga, but you out here. So now that you're out here, now let me give you some guidance, nigga, how to be careful out here. Cause I can't tell you what to do and what not to do, nigga. I'm gonna tell you what I don't want you to do. You know what I'm saying? But you know, nowadays niggas try to influence and encourage motherfuckers to be foul ass motherfuckers, man. You like,
yeah, what they do that
I can't have you niggas talking to my son. I can't have you niggas talking to my son. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I let the G ass niggas who around me talk to my son. You know. So yeah, you know, like my son is watching me do these shows in the house, and in his mind, he's like, yo, my pops ain't letting nothing stop him from doing what he do. You know. So I done went and bought lights. This ain't my house light me up. This the light in my crib, you know. This is the light I went and bought.
gotta get stocked already. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy. I
man.
tell people right now, you know, and I try to be innovative. I always try to think in the future. So I'm like, man, if everything go, let's say this quarantine or however it go, but it's basically everybody's going to be in the house. Everybody's going to have to be entertained. So that means if you got a studio in your house, you need to be starting recording. If you got inspirations of doing a podcast, you know, like everything's going to be just the internet finna be on fire. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think you ahead of the game for real with that, and everybody
So
want to see you.
even with this, so I went in. I'm looking at, man. People say, man, you gonna start a podcast? I'm looking at this machine here. I bought this machine maybe 6, 7 months ago, if
Mm.
not longer.
Oh,
So
he's ready.
I bought this joint, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
it got all the intros and beats on this joint. I got multiple mics, and then I can call somebody through this thing from my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and like I can do an interview with somebody over the Bluetooth with this thing. I don't have to be there. You know, I can just put a
Yep.
picture up, and it's a pro a Rode Cassidy Pro. It's like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I was ready for more things than I thought I was ready for. You know what I'm saying? It just now it
Hmm.
make me sit down and say, hey man, you gotta do it now because you in the crib. And so I went and bought new mics. I went and bought a mic stand and everything to not just be satisfied with what I did last week, to try to enhance it to make it a little better, you know,
Yep.
get me a backdrop and all that stuff to try to just make it like a show. So I got some aspirations of doing some things with some comedy clubs that may not have the financial stability to be up and running after this thing is over, because they was already working on a week-to-week basis. So let me do something with y'all virtually that y'all can tap in y'all fan base, and we split a certain profit margin. You know, just, you know, constantly trying to be, you know, different than everybody else, man.
Mm-hmm. Hence the Eventbrite. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's genius. Like another avenue of keeping it going, man. You know, I want to ask you about that last special. So you did two specials with Comedy Since you did a half hour, right, and then the full hour.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
the full hour joint, that's with the bars and all that, with the questions
yeah.
and with the
Mr.
people
God,
and all that. Yeah,
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 you
man.
was
It's big. It
talking
was a
when I was in
bigger
prison.
than the bars. Yeah,
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 bigger than
man.
the
That's
bar.
yeah, man. That's heavy and everything, man. So when you come, do you still stay in Houston, or do
Oh
you know what I'm
yes,
saying? You have
oh
to
yes,
go.
sir. Oh no,
Oh,
sir.
okay, okay.
I stay in H. I stay right in the
Yeah,
H.
yeah.
And I made it a point. I made it a point. And I know this is I don't know who gonna see this, but it's not like I'm trying to be deep or nothing. But this was heavy on me to stay here,
Mhm.
because my thing is this: when you're an artist, and the things that made you interested or made you who you are, when you move away from those things, you lose a certain you lose a certain creativity that comes from your environment. And then the number one thing is, if I move, how do the people in my city that I inspire, how do they keep their hands on me? How do they get the benefit from me being who I am? You know what I'm saying? I you know, I grew up in multiple places, but I got my whole footing here. But so why do I take my influence, my means, my talent, my know-it-all? Why do I take that out of my community and put it in somebody else's community? You know, so it's some little cat, man, that's growing up, or some old cat that's coming out and seeing me, and I inspired them. they can't fly to LA or New York to kick it with me. But you can come on Alameda. You can see me, you can see me, you can see me at Planet El Medico, which used to be Sharkstown Mall, get my clothes altered. You know, you can catch me, you can catch me at JJ Seafood. You know what I'm saying? You can catch me in any hood out here. You can catch me in the hood. You can run into me anywhere. And not only can you run into me, it's some cat that know me, that got my phone number because it's been the same for 21 years. They be like, yo, you want to talk to that nigga? I'll call the nigga right now. And I answer the phone, what up, though? And run it like that. So it's a big thing to me, man, to stay in the environment that created me.
Yeah. Ain't nothing like that H-time anyway. You know what I mean? I'd have been a lot of places. I still come back and give me a wing dinner. You know what I'm saying? Timmy Chan.
Man, I remember when Timmy Chan was on the news saying they had slime in the ice machine.
In the ice machine.
He said slime in the ice machine.
And that thing was packed. The next day, that thing was packed.
You know what niggas was saying? Oh, that was on Cullen. That wasn't the one on MLK. That was on Cullen. That was.
Yeah, I mean. But let me
nigga making an excuse.
Timmy Chan got the best vegetable fried rice in the city.
Facts.
That's on
that Ed Fuyong ain't nothing to play with either.
They put so many vegetables in that vegetable fried rice. Gangster.
Yeah. You think it was some meat in there?
So, do you go to the original one on Persian?
Nah, I'm right there, MLK 610. That's all I know. That's where I grew up. I'm from South Park.
Across from the Shipley's.
Correct.
That Shipley's right there, fam. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this or not, because hopefully that the girl ain't underage. Man, that Shipley's got the finest little Mexican girl in the world in that Shipley's. In the entire world. The last time I was over there, she in the entire world, she found that every Mexican woman that you ever want to see in life. But she
Salma Hayek.
She way finer than her. Way finer.
Damn.
She fine like that lady on the what's the show that Al Bundy play on? They got that Latino wife.
Oh, the Sofia Vergara. Sophia.
She fine like her, and she working Shipley's. It's crazy. And I know,
can't let her make it.
I know she gonna be fine like that for 2 more years for one of these old Mexican construction workers marry her and put by 8 babies.
Hey, this how you know when she married too. She gonna pull up in the biggest truck you ever seen, get out and be a little like what is it? I don't know. They love to let their women drive their big trucks.
Man, and it's gonna have dirt all over that truck. I'm telling you, because all the fine Mexican women out here marrying construction workers.
Because that's that big check. You don't play them for broke. You know, they keep all their money on. They don't want no bank accounts. Wallets be fat in the back of their pocket, fat like a PlayStation. I'm
talking about that Mexican gonna come. He gonna come home with $3,700 and give her 35 of it, and just take 200 to buy 100 for groceries, 100 for groceries, and then another 100 to chip in. 50 for the soccer league that he play in. Another 50 for the beer.
For the beer, you gotta have a beer.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. Ali Siddiq, man, I appreciate you, man, tapping in, man. I'm a huge fan, a huge support. Anything we can do, man, especially if you get that podcast going, you know, here at the Core 94, man, we'll love to syndicate that thing, man. No problem. Anything you need, you know, we represent the H, of course, you know what I'm saying? Love what you're doing. Tell us where they can find you and how they can get those tickets for your event, bro. I know that it's going down tomorrow, correct?
No, it's going down. It just go. Hold on before I say when it is. What's tomorrow? Boy, you right. It is going down tomorrow. Man, I've been thinking this Thursday all day, man. I've been thinking this Thursday. Even though I went to
Quarantine.
prayer, I went to prayer, and I know prayer's on Friday.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, tomorrow, 2 shows tomorrow. The link is in my bio on my Instagram. My Instagram is Ali Siddiq, SIDDIQ. Don't spell my name with no A. And then I got 1 show on Sunday, and is you buy your tickets on Eventbrite. Eventbrite send you a link for Zoom. You go on Zoom, and I'm doing it there tomorrow. I'm doing 5 particular stories tomorrow, and these are all learning moments and teaching moments in these stories. And I'm not even tipping off what stories I'm doing, but one is definitely about putting your pride to the side. The other one is about getting good before you start inviting people out to see you at what you say that you want to do. Then one show, one story. These 2 stories. One is Larry. One is this cat about size ain't everything, and then the one of the stories is about being at a gay wedding in 1994. I said,
Stop it.
yeah,
Can't even fathom that right.
I was still in prison. So I didn't do this in the world. This was a story. And I was definitely not invited. I
Right.
I have to just
It was
be
a
in the
good time.
atmosphere. And I'm like, is this what you niggas is doing? Like,
Stop
wow.
it. Real wedding.
Real
They
wedding.
played the music.
2
Dun,
grown
dun,
ass
dun,
niggas
dun.
standing there. One nigga humming the music.
Stop.
One nigga humming the music.
No.
Like, man, these niggas dumb.
No.
Like,
Man, that really made me. I gotta ask you something else for you. I gotta ask you something. When did you know that you was good? Since you say, man, knowing when to invite somebody out, like when did you know you was good,
man,
man? I'm
and please don't take this any other way besides this. I'm nowhere near what I want to be. I'm just a little better than where I started, and I'm still trying to constantly progress and get and master my craft. So I don't really think that I'm good yet. I think I'm constantly climbing the ladder to being where I actually want to be. And it's not even judged by anybody else's criteria. It's really me being very hard on myself to get to a place where it's like really when I know when I've done a good job, and it's not even with the audience. The audience don't even know what I'm satisfied about. I done got standing ovations and people are like, "Wow, you killed." I'm like, "Man, that shit was terrible," because I didn't do what I wanted to do, or it wasn't as sharp and precise as I wanted it. But it's like being in a play. Nobody knows that you mess up unless you say it. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep on going through the flow, because the script ain't in their face. So,
Right.
I just try to constantly getting better, and I don't think I'm good yet. I think I'm headed towards it. I think I'm closer than what I used to be to it.
Most humbling, man. Most humbling. That's why it don't stop with you. You know what I mean? Because I be seeing people struggling to get material. And that's not just comedians. I'm talking about writers, musicians, everything, man. And your shit be original, and it be so sharp. And it be like right in their face, like, damn, why I ain't say that? Why I ain't thinking that it's like right there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, just I heard Puff Daddy say that. He said that's the most valuable thing right now is an original idea, man. And I don't think they be giving you your props on that, man. You really an innovator. Trust me, the people that's important, that's who watching and copying it. You know what I'm saying? You see where your work is being done. You know them lookalikes. You know what I mean? So shit, just keep on doing it. Yeah, but with this here, when everybody having to sit down and you know what I'm saying, you start your own platform. You know what I'm saying, you get to write your own rules. You know what I'm saying, and the takeoff is right there, man.
So I
Man, I
just
really
hope
am proud of you, man. Thank you so much.
Yo, this is Ali Siddiq on the core94.com. You better know it.
Yeah, man. You know what it is, DG Bags. Find me on IG at DG Bags, at Off the Record C94 on the core94.com. Make sure you download our new video game, www.htownfightminutes.com. Available on all PC, Android, and your Apple for $2.99. We'll be on PlayStation and Xbox this summer. DG Bags, Ali Siddiq on the Core 94. Yeah!
Yeah, my man.